Welcome to the AI experience from basics to breakthroughs. I'm Sirte Pihlaja, your host, the CEO at S02E01 and the CXP head of team. In this series, we explore how artificial intelligence is reshaping customer and employee experiences, addressing the innovations, ethical questions, and strategies essential for navigating the world of artificial intelligence. Join us for this episode, and don't forget to subscribe to follow us on your favorite platform. Welcome back to the AI experience from basics to breakthroughs, the podcast where we explore how artificial intelligence is shaping the future of customer and employee experiences. I'm your host, Sirte Pihlaja, and today we're continuing our journey into how companies are transforming into AI-native organizations by introducing another amazing company as an example to follow for all of you. In this episode, we will be discussing the transformation story of Berner, a Finnish company with over 140 years of heritage, now making bold moves into the future by embracing artificial intelligence across its organization. I'm joined by Joona, Honka, head of AI and analytics at Berner, who has been a driving force behind this transformation. Under his leadership, Berner has been making waves by integrating AI into nearly every aspect of its business, from product development to strategy work, all while building a culture that supports experimentation and continuous learning. In fact, 89% of Berner's knowledge workers now use AI in their daily work, and the company is saving an estimated 6,300 working hours every month. We'll explore how Berner started its AI journey, how the culture and mindset have evolved, and what others can learn from their successes and challenges. If you're leading or planning an AI transformation in your organization, this is an episode you won't want to miss. So let's jump right in. Welcome to the podcast, Joona.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So if we start by talking about the origins of this transformation, could you maybe take us back to the very beginning, Joona? How did Berner's AI journey begin? And what was the starting point in terms of data, digital mindset maybe, and readiness? I guess you have come a long way from herrings.
Yeah, that's true. So I started 2019 at Berner, and I was actually the first analyst ever in this company. And if you think that it's 140 years old company, and I'm the first person who is like data mindset analyst there, it's quite a big change and like in leadership and how people are working, and if they didn't work with the data previously and just have a gut feeling what should we do and why, it's quite big change. So it started 2019, and first I was an analyst, and 2020 we first started to make like machine learning models predicting sales and that kind of stuff, and that's where everything began 2020. So that's the starting point.
Sure. Can you maybe tell a little bit more about the early pilot phase? Who was involved in there? What roles did you have? What were the main challenges you faced during it? I don't know, technically or culturally, or in terms of mindset.
Yeah. So 2020, there was only like me. So obviously I was working with external consultants, and we made the like decisions together. Obviously we have like support from our like senior management, but resource were very small 2020. So the problem was the mindset was a little bit like old, I would say, and then the data was in there wasn't data, or the data was in like wrong shape or wrong format, or there was that kind of data problems, and some files were in like not in cloud. So that's one thing. So like basic basic things. There might be some on-premise solutions that doesn't have like APIs. So all kind of that kind of problems. And obviously we didn't have any tools to create machine learning models. So that's another thing, but it's easy to select some tools and start to use new tools. But if the data and mindset is not right, that's the first issue, I would say.
I can imagine that sounds very much the same as in other organizations, that there's problems around the data as well. You mentioned mindset there. How did you get broader buy-in, especially from perhaps skeptics or people who weren't that into this AI?
I usually start with good examples and good results. So I select some people who are not the skeptical people, but people who are willing to do some change and like utilize the data. And when we have good results with them, it's easier to show results and then say that probably you want something similar. And that's the case usually, that even though they are a little bit skeptical at the first place, then when we have good results, then it's easier to show that maybe that's something you want to, and usually they want.
You also mentioned earlier in your earlier response that it was a small team that you started with. How small was it? I mean,
just me. So
just you. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, we have like ICT department or unit, but they are most like infra people. So if we want to build some new like Azure or something infra, they are helping me. And then we have external consultants. So that's another part, but it was only me. So very small resources.
Right. I guess the team has evolved since then.
Yeah. So we have nowadays like AI team, including like 8 or 9 people, but some people are doing another like jobs or like duties in their work as well. So they are not 100% AI people, but the group is wider nowadays. And then we use external consults quite a bit.
How would you say that the take-ups continued since you started with those couple of interested parties and then to adopting AI tools and workflows in the like bigger organization? Yeah. Did you use some kind of incentives? Did you have trainings? I don't know, demonstration, storytelling?
Yeah. So everything started 2020, but then we created and updated and those machine learning models, and that was 2020 to 2023. So maybe February 2023, we started to use Gen AI models with a couple users, so like early adapters, and it was like a bit less than 3 years ago, but still. And that, I would say, the AI journey of Berner actually started. So then in summer 2023, we actually started to create our first custom Gen AI projects. And it's if I look now, it's a little bit funny that first we actually created custom projects, and after that we actually started to train more people to use Gen AI at all. But yeah, so
but maybe that was like early experimentation in the sense that you could kind of imagine things and try out whether it was possible to do such things.
Yeah, that's true. But usually, I think it starts with people are using like some Gen AI tool, like maybe Copilot. We don't use Copilot, but some do. and then people are trying to utilize Copilot or ChatGPT or Claude or everything, any other tool, and then they are quite happy, but they want to do more. And after that, people are thinking that is it possible to create something custom? But in that sense, it's a bit funny that we first started custom projects. But what happened next? So maybe September 2023, we started to create first training sessions internally. And it was a little bit slow, I would say. So ChatGPT 4 was pretty much at the same time it came, and we wanted to people that they start to use like Gen AI and ChatGPT, but live training was too slow. So January 2024, we actually like founded the AI team with maybe 5 people, I would say. And first we have like pilot phase with 20 people. So we started to use ChatGPT, and that was the tool. So we wanted to try if ChatGPT is right tool for us. Obviously, it's a paid version, not the free one. And at the same time, we actually tried Copilot and other AI tools, and that was the like pilot whether ChatGPT is the correct one for us or maybe some other tool. But yeah, January 2024, there was 20 people using ChatGPT, and that's after that we started to create more training sessions live, and I will talk later about what we ended up actually, and it wasn't the live training sessions. But yeah, we started with 20 people in January.
Okay. Yeah, actually, at present, I've learned that there's a whopping 89%, almost 9 out of 10 of Berner's knowledge workers who have been trained and actively use AI in the daily work. How did you scale AI from this pilot to company-wide, and maybe tell us a little bit about the training initiatives? What role did these initiatives have in shaping the culture is what I'm especially interested in.
Yeah, so maybe I go through a couple of steps what we did after the January 2024. So actually in February 24, we wanted to like measure where we are now. So we knew that we are at the very beginning, but we wanted to somehow have some kind of survey, internal survey, and ask a couple of questions. What's the like current, but how well you know LLMs and Gen AI tools, and do you know how to use them, and so on. And at the same time, we had already 50 people using ChatGPT, and we had every other week like training sessions. It was on Teams, and I was leading that session. So there was the training part, and then I was asked 3 people to share their like experiences in which LLMs are working well, and maybe some other things they are not working that well, and how would you think that it was ChatGPT 4 at that stage and not even like 4.0, just the old 4. So yeah, February 2024 was that stage, and we started to create own like custom chatbots, or nowadays people are talking about agents, but I would say custom chatbots. And in March, we decided that live training is way too slow way to like educate people in company level. So we have that kind of e-learning platform already in Berner. So we started to create our own AI education and courses there. So we have like a basics and advanced course and like master course and other courses. So we created those 3 first courses on March 24, and we had already 100 people in pilot. I would say it's not anymore pilot if we have 100 people involved, but still, yeah, we were talking.
There's like 500 people in the company in all, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So in Finland, Berner, in Finland we have like 500 people, but some people are working in logistics or in manufacturing, so they don't utilize like LLMs. Maybe the supervisors are, but not the like logistics people.
So basically, you had about a fifth of your people on these trainings, and probably covers most of the knowledge workers at that point already.
Not all. We have more knowledge people than that, but still, it was like it was good amount, and it was only like in Finland we have Berner Group, and we have people in Sweden and Norway and Baltics as well, but it was only Finland at that stage, so March 24. But what happened next? So we saw that it was actually very good idea to have those learnings or e-courses, because if people have like 15 minutes or half an hour, they can look those watch trainings and do some like exercises when they have time. But if we try to like schedule 2 or 3 hour training sessions, live training session, it was very hard to find the time. And if we are training like 10 people at one time, it's taking too long time. So and we got very good feedback about those training sessions, online training sessions. So we actually started to create more training sessions by theme, because everyone doesn't have to know how to create images or voiceovers or subtitles or videos or whatever. So we have like team training sessions. We have basics and those how to use LLMs, what are LLMs, but then we have like separated training sessions for every team. And we actually started to create AI strategy at the same time. So April 24. And
did this become part of the onboarding process as well at that time, or is it now?
Yeah, it's now. It came a little bit later, the onboarding when people are. We have new employees, and nowadays it's like mandatory trainings to have. Like it was ChatGPT basics, but nowadays it's like Gen AI basics. So yeah, I can I talk a little bit later about the ChatGPT. We are not actually using ChatGPT anymore, but yeah, I can talk that a little bit later. But in May 2024, we actually started AI talent leasing with Sherpa. And so Tommy came for 3 months to work for Berner full-time. And it was so good that some people came with empty calendar, and that's actually very good thing, because I had like very fresh in it, like very crowded calendar, and it's so much what we can do even with 2 people compared to 1 people. So I was since that I was alone. Actually, we had at that point already another people. So yeah, in my team. So Tommy was 3rd people in that team. But even though still we had so much to do and so small resources. And what happened actually in May 24 as well. So we started AI morning coffees every Wednesday morning at 9 to 9:30. We have every week since then. So I counted this week was 65, something like that. We have obviously in summertime we don't have, and Christmas time we don't have a morning coffees, but still it's like 65, episode 65 or something like that. So every Wednesday we have new team, maybe some best practices, some trainings, new tools, some news, whatever, and we have also external speakers there. So it's very good forum, and nowadays it's like almost 100 people every week are involved in that meeting. So it's too short. So 30 minutes is quite easy to find in your calendar, but you get every week something new, and that's very exciting, and people are so liking it so much, so they want to participate every week. And obviously we have recording as well, so if you are not able to join, you can watch recording later.
I imagine that this AI morning coffee plays quite an important role in shaping the culture, because it's kind of taking something that you're doing on a weekly basis for everybody, and everybody learns and shares their new findings and so on. You said that at Berner, AI is not just a tool, but a core part of how people work and learn and grow. And you've even gone as far as describing artificial intelligence as an organizational superpower. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about the kinds of cultural or mindset shifts you have observed as AI became embedded into daily work?
Yeah, sure. So just a couple sentences about the training ads. So we have in June 24 almost like 300 users using AI, and then January 25 over 300, and actually nowadays we have over 400 users. So when we have those AI morning coffees, we have those training sessions, live and online training sessions. People know how to utilize AI, and if we like bring very good examples how to utilize, how to use in different, maybe in HR, or maybe in legal, or maybe in customer service or logistics. So people get good examples and think maybe this is something I can actually try as well. And after that, they have got good examples. People started to try in their daily work how I'm able to utilize AI. So people started to use AI for strategy work, market concepts. For example, in chemistry, if we want to create new formula, so we have R&D unit in Helsinki actually, and there are like 20 chemistry people creating new formulas, and usually we have to simulate if we are creating new formula and mixing things or creating new blendings. It might take like 20 simulations, but with AI we are able to decrease that amount to maybe to 3 simulations. So AI tells that that's not working if you have those ingredients and you need that and this and that. It helps in your daily work. So people started to try new things, and it's just not like translating text or creating PowerPoints or creating pictures to your PowerPoints. It's different, something else, and I think it's in a huge role that we show those examples how other people are using AI. And when we talk every week, we have like in intro news, we have newsletters, we have Teams channels, we have Viva Engage channels, and so on. So we tell how other people are using AI at Berner. So also other people are trying new things and thinking maybe this is something I can do as well. It's not just searching information or summarizing text. Obviously, we do those things as well, but it's not just that kind of easy wins.
If we talk, catching up on that about business initiatives, I've read that Berner identified at some point 50 development projects where AI could add value. Since then, you've applied AI at Berner in areas like you said, product development, market research, packaging design, analytics, coding, business development, even strategy work. In which of these areas have you seen the biggest impact, and have there been any surprising use cases or outcomes?
We are measuring the daily work. So if people are using LLMs, for example, ChatGPT, since now we changed the software, but still we used to measure that 3 times per year, and now we are measuring 2 times per year. What's the savings? And it's a little bit like subjective measurement. And I think people are a little bit underestimating how much it actually saves time, because if, for example, ChatGPT service is down and it's not working, people are saying, I can't do my work because ChatGPT is down. Okay, that's maybe, it's not that bad, but still it's bad. But some people are still saying that it saves only like 1 hour per week. And I'm a little bit doubting that if you are not able to do even your work without AI, is it really saving 1 hour or maybe a little more? But nevertheless, we use those figures that people are giving me. So it's subjective estimate, but still it's very huge amount. And that's only one part. It's like general LLMs, agents, and so on. But then we have custom projects. So for example, I mentioned earlier, sales forecasting, it's one thing, but then like raw material price forecasting, it's one thing that we have done. Product development, it's one thing. Customer service, one thing, for example, and then public tenders, that's one thing that we have done, like custom projects, to name a few. So it's so much easier to actually evaluate how much we are saving time or money with those custom projects, because we know exactly what used to be the time or the money we spend in some specific thing. And if we are now like changing the process or the way how we now do the thing with AI, or just usually it's a human and AI combination, but we know what was the time or money previously and what's it's now. So it's so much easier to see it's a difference between all and new thing. But customer service is one good example. So we have those like e-commerce or like electric way how some big customers are like ordering from us. But then some customers are just sending emails, for example. We don't take any phone orders anymore, but email is one way to order products from us. So every customer send like different kind of email. Sometimes people are just writing in body text. Some people are sending Excel. Some people are sending PDFs from their ERP system. So the format is different every time. And if it's some basic form, then it's easy to automate, just like mapping those columns and say that this is that and this is that, and then send it to ERP system. But if it's every time new way how customers are ordering products, then we need LLMs. And it's taking so much time. So we created like LLM tool, which is actually first reading email and those attachments, Excel, PDF, and other things. Then LLM is trying to understand what the customer actually is ordering from us. So if they say, I'm ordering the same Kikkoman basic bottle as last time, then it's for like a basic algorithm, it's very hard to understand what the customer is actually ordering. But with LLM, LLM understand, okay, basic Kikkoman, it's probably the 150 milliliters dispenser bottle. And then if it's like ordering, like amount is something, then it understands what the customer is actually ordering. And then we can fill the missing information from like previous orders or from our ERP system, and we fill all those information and missing like product codes and everything to some basic form, and then the customer service people are looking that ordering form, that everything is aligned with the email customer sent us, and then they can make some minor changes if necessary, and then just click OK, and it goes to ERP system. So previously they had to search the information, search the product codes and everything, and then like manually typing everything to ERP system. And it was very, very slow way to do it. So that's one case. It's very easy to measure the time savings.
I can imagine it sounds that even just from that you would gain that 6,300 hours a month.
Yeah. And actually, that's true. That number doesn't include those custom projects. It's only basic LLM use. So it's a good point that we are actually measuring next time in December, so in a couple of weeks. So we have to add those custom projects to our survey, because we want to know obviously what's the total amount. And that's true that it's huge time saving only in those couple custom projects, and we have plenty of those projects more. So
sure. Do you do anything other with in the customer touch points, like customer service or after sales or any of this where you would be using AI at the moment, AI agents or
yeah, so basically yes, so customer service and consumer service are utilizing agents. So we don't have agents that our customers are actually using by themselves, but if they write an email or call to us, in our end we use those agents and chatbots. We are next year doing some very cool new things, how to utilize AI in very new way and figure out new sales potential. So that's coming next year. Yeah.
okay, we'll stay tuned for that then.
Yeah.
How would you say that employee satisfaction has it changed? I mean, employee experience is one big part of for our CX professionals audience. What's the feedback maybe that you have received from those that are using AI now?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we actually measure that as well in our internal survey. So we have scale from -5 to +5, and 0 is just like neutral. It doesn't affect my working experience, and result is +2.2. So it's significantly positive like impact. And it was only to question that how AI is improving my like working experience. So, so it's huge, and the feedback, what you heard in office and so on, it's so great. So, and every time we have some new tools, maybe new AI models and so on. The feedback is great, and I mentioned that we actually changed our like LM tool, and now we are able to check those analytics a little bit better. So obviously not everything is data is secret. We didn't see any prompts or anything how people are using those LM tools, but a little bit more how much people are using it, how many queries or prompts they are writing, and if they have some issues or downvoted some answers and that kind of things, how many agents we have, and that kind of analytics.
If we slightly shift gears here and talk about AI governance for a while, last year, Berner published an official AI strategy and internal ethical guidelines defining how and when AI should be used. And this goes all the way from data handling to generative content. Could you tell us maybe how AI development and usage is governed at Berner today? What kind of organizational structure do you have in place? What roles do you have in place to support that?
Yeah, so we created like ethical guidelines, how to utilize, how to use AI. Obviously, like EU Act, like AI Act is one thing we have been discussing, and actually our legal counsel have been a couple of times in our Wednesday morning coffees to talk about EU AI Act, and so we know what's the thing. It's actually not affecting for us so much. So we have educated people. We don't have any gray or black high risk AI tools in use and so on. But it's good to know what's the like legislation and regulation. Yeah, but we have those ethical guidelines. So if, for example, we are creating images, we always mark that it's created with AI, or if, for example, we have done some like videos with AI, we mark those. It's created by AI, and we are very transparent with that. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to like say when it's AI created and when it's not. If the picture is actually real and we have made some minor changes to that picture, for example, or some manipulation is maybe too strong word, but like editing the images with AI, maybe doing some shadows or changing the background a bit, that it's if we are using like Photoshop and then there are like generative fill AI tools, but that picture is actually real. Is it like AI created picture or not? It's hard to say sometimes. So I would say if it's more than 50% created with AI, so for example, if people in the picture are created by AI, then it's obviously it's AI picture. But if it's like a real picture and you just make some minor changes with Photoshop with AI tools, then I would say it's not AI created picture. But if it's like AI video, we have done, for example, one of our cosmetics brand Murumuru, we created like Christmas video with AI and posted to Instagram. We don't have that kind of money that we are able to rent some Christmas tracks and close some streets and create videos like Coca-Cola. So we created that kind of video with AI and posted to Instagram that video, and we marked that it's created by AI. So we are very transparent about that.
So if we think about some advice that you could give for others, where would you advise other companies to begin their AI journey? And maybe if you could restart this transformation at Berner, what would you do differently?
Yeah, so I will start with the employee survey. Do they know how to utilize LLMs? And what's the starting point, and then create some kind of paths for education. So it might be some live trainings, it might be some online trainings, but some training sessions is necessary, and with good examples. It's very hard to just give some tool, okay, use Copilot, use ChatGPT, if they don't know how to use and what's the best practices, how to use LLMs. So that's one thing. Then like practical experiences and pilots. So if people are just starting with some minor projects or some minor pilots or POCs, it's a good starting point, but it's good that people are sharing those best practices or like worst practices as well. So some forums, how people are able to share their experiences. That's one thing. So we have the Wednesday AM morning coffees. It's not necessarily have to be that kind of event, but some kind of forum where they can share the knowledge. And then it's good to have AI strategy. It doesn't have to necessarily be separate AI strategy. We created AI strategy last year, so 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago. And in this year, we updated it, and we actually have like now ICT strategy, and AI is just one part of it. So it doesn't have necessarily doesn't have to be separate AI strategy, but it's good to think how we want to utilize AI and what's the role of AI in our company. And then support is necessary. So if people have some questions, and for example, who is choosing those tools we are using? So some kind of product owner, or some people who is owning the or leading the thing. Because if nobody's leading the thing, then nobody's leading the thing.
Yeah.
So there are a couple things how to start.
Are there any things that you would do differently than you did with Berner if you started all over?
That's actually a good question, and maybe just one thing would be that I wouldn't start with like live training. I will start with online trainings immediately. That's maybe only one thing, because it took some time to have those live training sessions, and with that time I would actually made more those online training videos compared how much we achieve with live training. So that's maybe one thing.
Okay. What about common pitfalls? Are there any things that you would like to advise our listeners to avoid doing? Or what kind of challenges did you have, let's say, on the other hand?
I would say focus on early adopters first. It's easy way to go. If people are eager to learn and study new things, start with that group. It might be some kind of champion group or early adopters group, but if you try to get everybody involved immediately, it might be very painful, because in every company there are some people who are like early adopters, then the mid people, and some like laggers or are coming a bit later. So focus on early adopters, because when they know how to use and utilize LLMs, they will speak to their colleagues how good those tools are, how much they are able to save time and improve the quality or whatever. And then like word of mouth is actually quite powerful. So after that, I would say that you are able to engage other people as well. But yeah, focus on early adopters.
Very good. One thing I forgot to ask earlier on is about the kind of organization, coming back to how you have set up the system at Berner, is that when somebody comes up with a new idea of an AI system or tool, how does that work from there on? Who do they contact and who decides, and what kind of process do you have for that?
Yeah, so people are contacting me directly. So sometimes they have heard about some new tool and they want to discuss about it. So for example, AI note takers is one good example. Somebody just started to use some free note taker, and obviously it's not compliant with our internal policy. So we don't use any free tools because they are not data security is not there in place. So that was like wrong way to do. But good example was some like customer surveys. So if you are doing some customer surveys, and for example, Nestle had good new approach how to do that thing, and there was a kind of article, and the article didn't mention the tool they are using, and our R&D director sent it to me and asked, is it something we can actually do as well in Finland? Nobody is using it in Finland as well as I know, but Nestle was using it at least in Asia, I would say, and other markets. And I figured out what's the tool, and now we are thinking to start to use that tool. So new way to do consumer like surveys interactively. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with customer, and it actually changing the follow-up questions related what the customer actually said previously. So it's new way to do consumer insights and consumer surveys.
What is this tool that you keep referring to, this new tool, and how does it differ from ChatGPT, for example?
Yeah, so tool is named Sana AI, and it's a Swedish tool. And what's the difference? It's very like LLM agnostic. So we are able to use ChatGPT models. Then we are able to utilize Claude models. For example, Gemini 3 Pro is the very new model. It's actually pretty good model, I would say. And then some other models as well. So we can integrate Berner data, and with that platform, we can ask things from your like SharePoint, your Snowflake, Outlook, or if you have Gmail and other like files and folders. And then we utilize the AI, but actually we are able to write things. If, for example, if we want to update our CRM, we can update our CRM in that tool and just click send, and with API call, it sends the information to your CRM. Or if you want, for example, draft your email, it's possible to draft in Sana AI and then just send it in that tool. That's one thing. Then we are able to create those agents. So for example, if we have like some Snowflake table and we want to create report, for example, if it's like about market data, and there might be millions and millions rows, so it takes so much time to find out what actually is happening in that data. So we can say to agent that your job is find some market insights from that data set, and then write me a short summary what's going on in the market. And then we are able to automate that report. For example, every first day of month, it creates that kind of new summary with the data. So we have integrated the dataset and it's updated automatically. So we have new report every month. So all kind of that kind of things. And then note taker is one thing. So in every meeting, we have note taker. If it's not like we can pause or delete it. It's not recording everything if we don't want. But if it's recording the meeting, then summary is just one thing, but we can actually ask some questions, what we have discussed with that client or in this project or whatever. So it doesn't have necessarily have to be the meeting with the client, but if we have talk in the same case or same project, for example, in our internal meeting, we can just prompt and ask what have been discussed about that team or that project. And then we will have good summary from every meetings we have had, or for example, emails we have sent about that project or that client. So all kind of that kind of tools. So integrations is one thing, then ability to utilize not just one LLM, but every LLM, and then write actually things and automate things. So there's so much more potential compared to just like Copilot or ChatGPT.
We talk a little bit about the vision and long-term perspective. What does being an AI native organization mean to you now in 2025? And what does Berner still need to achieve to fully become one?
Very hard question. So we are not like ICT house. So some like IT houses or like very tech savvy houses are maybe better examples, like AI native houses or companies. But what we can do, we are not developing new technology. We are just like using the best technology and then adapting those tools to our processes and creating maybe some new custom tools, but not like developing the actual technology. So we don't have any own LLMs, or we do have like agents and that kind of thing, but we don't have like own LLMs, and it's the wrong way to do. But we are like early adapter as a company. So everybody have to know how to use AI tools, and then they bring new ideas. Is it possible that we create some like custom tool utilizing the like LLMs in market, and then we can decide whether it's something we can do or not. So yeah.
The way we have been discussing AI native organizations is mostly about how to kind of transform all of the core processes into AI powered ones, in the sense that you have been doing with your sales process, for example, that it's AI that takes over all the incoming kind of orders and all of that, so that you can actually, I don't know, 3x, 5x your processes with the use of AI. So I think you're on a good way towards that, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
What kinds of innovations or, I don't know, moonshot ideas excite you for the future of AI at Berner?
So as we discussed, we have had a 50 project list previously, and that was 1.5 years actually ago. So in this summer, or it was like August, we had new round, and we gathered maybe 15 new like big ideas. Obviously, there was more than 15, but we like prioritized the list, and we ended up with 15 projects. So they are new. It's at this point I can't say how much, but for example, what we can do with satellite technology and AI to bring something new, for example, in our farmer business is very exciting thing.
Okay, well, looking forward to hearing when that happens.
Yeah.
In practice. Lastly, I would like to hear some personal reflections from you about what, for instance, has been the most surprising lesson for you personally while you have been leading this transformation.
Mm, maybe one thing is usually if we have some kind of ICT project, which this is obviously it's not, but usually it's a little bit hard to get some like pilot group. Are you willing to spend your time and be involved in this kind of POC phase? Usually it's a bit hard to get people involved, but with AI, it's totally different. So people are asking, is it possible that I will join into that group as well? And then I have to sometimes say that actually the group is full. There's no any space left, so it's not possible. So that's one thing what is not actually happening very often. So yeah, that's one thing. And it's nice that people are actually creating new ideas how to utilize AI. Is it possible to use it that way or this way? So it's good to be at Berner because people are like eager to learn new things and try new things. So, but I have heard that in other companies that situation might be a little bit different. So maybe I'm just living in my own bubble.
Yeah. Well, certainly that level of activity sounds like something that drives the transformation internally, and it's a really great thing to hear that is really happening at Berner. From our discussion that we have had today, we are coming to the closing part, so I only have two more questions for you.
Mhm.
The first one is, what's your one key takeaway or main takeaway you'd like our audience to remember about what we have been discussing here?
First of all, create some trainings. You don't necessarily have to create by yourself. You can buy some trainings outside. But if you don't have any trainings, then people doesn't know how to use. And good examples is another thing. What are good examples to your company? Sometimes I have listened some presentations with like good examples, but it's not related it's not related to our business. So it doesn't feel this is something for us. And that's why actually we created those own online courses. And then I would say some forums where you can share best practices. AI morning coffees is very good for us, but at least some good way to inform and share the best practices. And then listen what kind of innovations your company or employees or management team might have. So for example, I don't know all our processes and what's the like bottlenecks and what kind of like part of processes are the painful. So you have to listen your employees and then start to think what processes or what innovations we want to do and what innovations or like process optimizations is not necessary to do. So those are a couple of things. And maybe lastly, you have to have some people who is leading AI in your company, because if nobody is leading, or you have just some like ICT director who is doing everything, and then somebody is saying that, okay, AI is your responsible as well. So it might be, but if it's not like nobody's responsibility, then nobody's leading it.
That's for sure. Some sound advice there for sure. My last question is, where can the members of our audience learn more about your work or connect with you?
You can obviously connect with me on LinkedIn. Joona Honka is my name, and you should find me from LinkedIn. And there might be some events I'm talking in, so yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll stay tuned. Thank you so much, Joona, for joining us on the AI experience and sharing such valuable insights into Berner's transformation into this AI native organization. It's always inspiring to see how a clear vision, strong leadership, and a people-first culture can drive real impact with AI. And in your case, not just for this efficiency, but for culture and creativity too.
Thank you.
And to you, our listeners, thank you for being with us. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow and subscribe to the AI Experience podcast so you won't miss any upcoming stories from more pioneering companies. And of course, share the podcast with your network too. Remember, it's not just about adopting tools, it's about transforming how we think, work, and grow in an AI-driven world. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep shaping the future. Thank you for tuning into the AI experience from basics to breakthroughs. We hope today's conversation sparked new ideas and insights on your AI journey. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe for more discussions with leading experts in AI, customer experience, and innovation. Join us next time as we continue to explore the transformative power of artificial intelligence.